Um, Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you? What about your day?
Ma'am, it's good, ma'am. It was as usual.
Was as usual. What was the best part of your day?
Actually, I started my working at 7 o'clock. Actually, I'm a working professional. I work in a Himalaya drug company. I work as a medical representative, and I work in Gwalior. And earlier, I was doing job in Indore, but due to some reason, I had to come to Gwalior. Yes, ma'am.
Great, great, wonderful. So yeah, you have already talked about your job little bit, but you can give more detail, like your name and all, as people are
Okay.
watching this time.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Rahul Bhadoriya, and I did BBA from Prestige Institute of Management. Then after that, I did PGDM from Indore Indira Business School. And after that, I was placed in Kentaro Water Purifier as a management trainee, and I was promoted as area sales manager within 1 year. Uh, but after that, I left the job, and then I interviewed in Himalaya Drug Company, and finally I was selected, and now I'm doing job in Himalaya Drug Company as a medical representative.
Okay, great, wonderful. Fine. So, as you know me, but still, let me share some details about me. Okay. So, as
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know, my name is Sakshi Chauhan, and I'm speaking from Gwalior, MP. I have completed my post graduation, and now I'm a PhD scholar. And yeah, apart from that, I have my YouTube channel, so like where I upload such kind of videos. And yeah, if I talk about my hobbies, so I'm very interested in reading books and writing as well, like writing poetries and stories. So this is all about me.
Like, ma'am, you are pursuing PhD.
Yes.
I think so. I do not know about like which subjects do you like which subject do you have in PhD?
Okay, okay. Sorry, I forgot to mention. So I am from science background, so my subject is
Okay,
botany. Yeah, my main stream is botany.
okay.
Yes. Okay. Fine. So let's talk about something. Do you have any specific topic, or we can just talk about randomly?
Ma'am, you can share any sort of topic, ma'am.
Okay, okay, no problem. Fine. So first, I want to know how is it going on your practice? Like as you're working
Uh,
professional, going on? Is it going well?
yes, ma'am. Actually, Uh, I do not have a lot of time to improve my communication skill, but whenever I get free, then I try to improve my communication skill, and I try to
Mhm.
listen a lots of podcasts so that I can improve my pronunciation. As I feel that I'm residing in Madhya Pradesh, so like mother tongue influence is quite there in my fluency. So just I want
Mhm.
to remove it. So that is why just I want to listen some podcasts so that I try to imitate them. So, but it
Yeah.
will take time.
Of course, that will take time, and as our mother tongue is Hindi, and as we belong from this state, so that always mother tongue influence it happens. No matter how much we are trying, but it always happens. So I want to know that what kind of podcast, or do you have any favorite channel or any favorite person?
Yes, ma'am. I listen. I think 4 and 5 podcast daily, like according to my taste. And
Mhm.
like 4 months ago, I subscribed a channel like named as Luke with English. Like he's a British teacher. So I love listening to him. And apart from that, there are some channels who provide information regarding mobile phone
Mhm.
and astro related information, like science related information. So I love listening to them, ma'am.
Oh, great, great. Okay, so do you also listen to some as you mentioned that one teacher is from British. So do you face any problem when it comes to understanding his accent?
Yes, ma'am. Earlier it was not possible to understand him, but gradually I started to understand him, and now I'm quite habituated uh, to listen him, and then I can understand everything. But sometimes I get stuck, like whenever he use some vocabs, like, so sometimes it is very difficult to like to figure out like what he is talking about, in which context he is talking about.
Mm-hmm. That happens, when it comes to some phrasal verbs or some slangs or some idioms, because idioms is something when you know the meaning of that, then only you can
Yes.
understand. If you are unaware of that, so that would be very difficult to connect the dots. It happens with me also when I listen to any British speaker or American speaker. So I face this problem. They have very different accent. Earlier I used to try also, but I thought no, first just focus on this, uh, just learning, and later on just think about that accent and all, right?
Actually, ma'am, actually 6 months ago, I joined English ERE, ma'am, English ERE. So that time, I did not know how to that time I did not know to like how to be fluent in English. Like, so what when I started talking to different sort of tutors, then I realized that like speaking comes from speaking.
Definitely, that's true. Speaking comes from
Uh,
speaking.
Earlier I had misconception about like if you read a lot then you can learn English, but I think if you talk a lot then it will help you to improve fluency, I think so,
Definitely.
as my perception.
Yes, yes. I do agree with this point, and I just want to add one more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Speaking is, of no doubt, first and foremost thing is speaking. But if I have to add something, so I would add listening, because
Yes, ma'am.
listening really makes us better, right? Because while
Actually
listening,
some
we learn.
yes, ma'am, I got it, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, some suggested me like if you write something, like, so you are producing something, like and if you write something on the paper, like what sort of topic I want to write. So like I try to write everything on the paper. So by which I try to figure out my like what kind of mistake I have committed uh, while writing. So these are the things generally I have adopted to improve my fluency, ma'am. But it will take time.
Definitely, gradually, everything will be fine, and you will be even. I would say that when I started, I used to panic a lot. Oh my God, I
Yes,
have done like every time I'm devoting my 3 to 4 hours, still I'm not improving, still I'm not improving. So that used to bother me a lot. But now I realize it's okay. When we learn, we'll forget so many things, but it's our duty to learn, revise every time, right?
yes,
That time I used to do like every day, okay, I'll just make a list of vocabulary, I'll do this, I'll spend 3 to 4 hours only in listening. So yeah, initially everyone I think makes such kind of mistake, but the wise people who understand this and then I realized things, that it's okay, over the time everything will be there, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's discuss some vocabulary. If you know, you can share the meaning, right?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
That would be fruitful for us, right? Okay. So first word is magnanimous. Have you heard this word? Magnanimous.
Uh, no, no, ma'am, I do not know about this word.
Okay. So magnanimous word, actually I heard it a lot. People use it a lot. So magnanimous meaning is that someone who is very kind.
Okay.
Someone who is kind, so we can use magnanimous. Kind also you can use, but kind is very basic and very simple word. So if you
Yes,
want to
okay.
repeat, you can use magnanimous, right?
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Next word is crab mentality. Crab mentality.
Crap mentality. Okay.
Crab mentality. Yes, this is an idiom. You can say not idiom,
Okay.
but
Okay.
so
Okay, I
crab
don't
mentality.
know.
No, okay, I'm telling you. So crab mentality meaning is when person feel jealous from others' success. So these
Okay.
kind of people, crab mentality.
Yes, in today's society, ma'am, there are a lot of people who have crab mentality. They just want to teach others. They just want to jealous because of their success.
Definitely. And in our family, and not family, but in our relatives, right? Relatives or our neighbors, they have, I think, crab mentality. Do you
Yes,
agree with
ma'am.
this?
Yeah, I agree with you, ma'am. This is the best way. Like if success is the best revenge to we can reply to them because we can take a smashing reply if we are
Mm.
succeed.
Yes, if we become successful, definitely. Hmm. Okay. Do you want to ask some vocabulary?
Uh,
Okay, no
uh,
problem. No problem. It's okay. Be comfortable. Fine. Okay, so what I was saying, okay, so as you told me that reading, of course, people told you that people always suggest us that we should read. So do you read nowadays, or are you interested in reading or not? Do you feel boring while reading? What exactly happened?
Ma'am, definitely, ma'am. There is no doubt, ma'am. Reading is quite helpful to improve fluency, and yeah, sometimes I get bored. Reason being, sometimes I do not like, but just I want to develop the habit. So that is why I started reading books, reading newspaper. Like whenever I get time in between my job, so that I try to read 2 and 3 paragraph every day. And whenever I feel any sort of difficulty to understand the crux of the paragraph, then I try to use some dictionary so that I can understand. And I try to write 2 and 3 sentences, uh, uh, or so that I can use this word in a proper manner.
Exactly, exactly. So what kind of books fascinates you? Do you have any specific area, or randomly you just read?
Uh, like recently I'm reading currently I'm reading basic books like Sudha Murthy. Like it is a kind of story book. So I have completed one book, and apart from that, recently I also bought like Habits, like Atomic Habit by James
Atomic.
Clear.
Okay,
So
atomic.
I also read it.
Hmm.
Uh, but I'm trying to buy another book like Harry Potter.
Okay. Great, great. So, do you like
Yes.
this Harry Potter, and or do you like movies? This kind of like Harry Potter movie, have you watched?
No, I did not watch, but I bought a different sort of course. So like there are some books he recommended me. So let's see if I buy these kind of books, and I will try to complete them in this year.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. If you have decided, so I know over the time, definitely you will start taking interest in reading books.
Yes, ma'am.
Initially, when I started reading, so I also used to feeling boring and all, but now I'm okay. I'm interested.
So, like, ma'am, just I want to ask you, like, if what are the ways, uh, like, one should can adopt to improve communication skill, like, according to you?
Okay, that's difficult for me to answer because I feel that I'm not because I am also learner. So communication, I think that comes over the time as much as you can connect with people, right?
Okay.
And also it happens sometimes when that other person is asking and you don't have any idea about that topic. So that time you lack of words. This is also the problem. If you have proper knowledge about that, you can communicate well. right?
Okay.
I think communication, for improving communication, you should learn some basic things like how you have to behave, how you have to react, what kind of gesture and facial expression you have to use. I think these small things. And of course, this is connected. It's not about only English, but it can be in any language. But if you have, uh, the knowledge of that topic, if you have good content, so of course you can share with that person, right?
Okay. Got it, ma'am.
Yeah. Because as I already told you, I'm not very sure about this because I'm also trying to figuring out that what is exactly communication skill and how can we, learn it.
Ma'am, you are absolutely right. Content is quite necessary. Like whenever we have to speak any sort of topic, then we have to get get information regarding any sort of topic so that we can speak. Otherwise, if we do not have any sort of data, then it is very difficult for us to speak in front of others. So
Yes,
content is quite important.
right. Exactly. If you ask me that, tell me about Indian culture, I can share a lot of things, whether in English or in Hindi, right? Even if I don't know English, at least I can share in Hindi, in my mother tongue. But if you ask me what is the culture of America, how can I share? Even I know both
Yes.
the language, right? Hindi and English. But if I don't know about the culture, what will I say? I will stop that time. I will not answer. That
Okay.
happens. Okay, one thing I want to ask you, what is the biggest distraction in your life, according to you?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there is no doubt, ma'am. With the advent of social media, whenever we watch anything on social media, so sometimes we generally watch any sort of reel, then we are started scrolling different reels. Then it takes a lot of time, and we generally forget how much time we have wasted to scroll these kind of reels. So it is a kind of distraction. But if someone is determined and if someone is determined and if someone have a limited time, then definitely he should use time wisely. As in my case, I'm working professional, so I do not have a lot of time to watch reels. If I watch reels, then definitely I can be distracted from my goal. So I try to control myself, and like whenever I watch anything, it should that should be in English. So that just I want to get the environment. In my area, people generally talk in Hindi. So like whenever I talk to them, so they are not interested to talk in English. So
Oh,
Hindi is our native language. So I am solely dependent on mobile phone. Like whenever I try to connect to anyone, so there are some apps like those learners who are interested to talk in English. Then I try to talk to them. So that is how I use my time, I think, and I try to
great.
avoid distraction, ma'am.
Yes, yes. We have to control it. It's our
Yes, ma'am.
responsibility to control ourselves and give us a right direction, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The social media and internet is the biggest enemy of ours. So we have to
Yes,
be
ma'am.
still, right? Okay. So yes, everything is done from my end. If you want to ask something, you can ask. Otherwise, we can wrap up this session.
Okay, so just I want to ask you that I want to improve my fluency and as well as I pronunciation. And sometimes I demoralize myself. Like I get demoralized because of why I'm trying as I'm working hard to improve my communication skills, but I'm not getting result for like what I'm expecting. So
Hmm?
is there any way, is there any shortcut to improve anything, especially English? Or you can suggest any sort of part like right direction so that uh, I can use that part to. enhance my journey, enhance my communication skills.
Right, right. So I would say that for everything, like in English, generally we can say, okay, I have to learn English speaking. But if we have to divide into different parts, so for everything we have different way, right? Of course, there is no shortcut, but you can say like if you are talking about pronunciation, so what you can do for that, you can try some tongue twister. You can also try to speak such words that bothers you. It happens,
Okay.
right? You can try to give challenge yourself, try some tongue twister. We have a lot of tongue twister. If you go to internet, you will find that. Okay, so
Yes.
this was a pronunciation. And fluency is, of course, when you have sufficient word, when you have good command over your sentences, so that will automatically come, no doubt,
Okay.
right? Yes. And about, if I talk about vocabulary and grammar, so yes, gradually you have to work day by day. Just work, find out where are you lacking, and then work on that thing. If I say
Okay.
about myself, okay, whatever I'm speaking, if I figure out, okay, this was the grammar part, I'm making mistake, I just go to YouTube, I correct myself. If I
Okay.
said, okay, I'm lacking words, of course we are lacking words, so every day I try to learn 2 3 new words, I try to implement on my like daily routine. So that's how I'm just working. So you can also try these things.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So yes,
Yes, ma'am. It was very informative session for me, ma'am.
great. I've also enjoyed, and really when we connect with others, so we learn a lot with each other, no doubt. I always try to learn from others, whatever I can. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So have a good night, and thank you so much for connecting. We'll definitely connect in future if you have time. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Nice, nice talking with you, ma'am.
Yeah. Same to you. Thank you.